Hi, I'm Troy Bailey, and welcome to the Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide, the show about collecting all things superhero cinema. And today we are looking at alter egos. So let's get into it. Alter Egos is a live-action superhero film with a runtime of 77 minutes. The film premiere was at the Fantasia Film Festival on the 24th of July 2012 and was then later a limited theatrical release on the 19th of October 2012. It was first released on the 2nd of April 2014 on DVD by SModcast Pictures with no Blu-ray or 4K HD release as of this video, with the film being produced by Attic Light Films and distributed by Phase 4 Films and SModcast Pictures. The plot follows the misadventures of the Fridge, an underappreciated superhero at a time where superheroes have lost government funding and all public support. Fridge must tackle the fact that his girlfriend loves his superhero identity more than his unmasked self and, naturally, face his nemesis, the man who killed his mum and dad, although he really doesn't want to. Okay, I've got the disc in case here, and as far as I'm aware, this is the only cover. That is it, nothing special. But I do like this look where it's got like them and then their alter egos, this mirrored effect. That's actually a nice touch, I don't mind that. The spine doesn't look too bad at all, looks good on the shelf. And the back, well, pretty stock standard, kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking at for the movie. Overall, not too bad. And then, of course, as you know, I like a good color disc, and that's just the cover, so not too bad at all. That's very good. Overall, not too bad. I don't mind the look of it, but it is very basic to a degree. So for that, I'm probably going to give this a 6 out of 10. The story and script. So this movie is listed as a comedy. See? Right here. But where are the jokes? There is not one funny scene or joke in this whole movie.
It's true.
It felt like the movie didn't know what it wanted. At times it was like a comedy that wanted to be a drama, and then a drama that wanted to be a comedy. Overall, the movie just fell flat and was boring, really. There was nothing new here with this whole, what do superheroes do when they're off duty type sort of stuff, with just lots of tired tropes in there, which we've seen all before, and it just wasn't done real well as well on top of that. And it just tried to have one thing it was too many subplots going at once, so you never really got to sink your teeth into any sort of juicy story, because some of them just floundered off with no real payoff. Just, I think it was just trying to fit too many ideas into one short, low budget movie. So with that, I'm only going to give this a 5 out of 30. From page to screen. So this is not an adaptation of any source material, but it does have an original take on the whole hero genre, with heroes being born with powers, but with only one power. Now, and the heroes are kind of like common everyday people, like a firefighter or a policeman, which unfortunately had the heroes kind of coming off a bit lame at times. And some of them, you would hardly even call them heroes with the powers they had, but that does kind of play into the plot of the movie. The acting was surprisingly good, considering the script was terrible and boring, with the likes of Chris Lemenchi as Fridge, Danny Masterson from That 70s Show as Jimmy, Joey Kern as C-Thru, John Ventimiglia, I hope that's right, as Shrink, and Brooke Nevin as Claudel, all doing a solid job with what they had. And here's a little piece of trivia: you had Sean Lennon as Electric Death. Yep, John Lennon's son, in a very small role. Just a little bit of trivia there for you. So for this, I give that, I'm going to give it a 13 out of 20. Okay, special features. So as you can see on the back, there's no special features listed, but there really isn't anything other than just a few trailers, which one of was for the movie itself, and two others, Vamp You and Boy Wonder, both very low budget B grade movies, so nothing really of value here. So for that, I'm only going to give this a 2 out of 10. The critics' review. Now, the critic score came in at 0% and the audience score was 23%. So there was one review from a critic, which is not enough for Rotten Tomatoes to give it a score, she just talked about ogling the guys in their tight suits. But yeah, anyway. The audience score I felt was very more on the money here, but I did see some YouTubers say how funny this was, to which had me question myself, and did I watch the same movie as these people? Anyway, if we round it up, we get a score of 2 out of 10. My review. Now, this movie looked interesting and I was actually looking forward to watching it, but then I ended up being very disappointed straight away. Disappointed! First off, this was as boring as I'm sorry. There's no humour in this at all, even though it's listed as a comedy, and the dramatic parts were just flat and boring. Then you had this underlying conspiracy story that was predictable as all hell, and plot holes to boot, with an ending that was so poorly executed. It was a real letdown. I wish I had some nice things to say about this movie, but it was pretty bad, but only in the sense that it's boring to watch and nothing really worked. So for that, I'm only going to give this 4 out of 20. Final thoughts. So first up is collectability, and if we look at the collector scale, I would say this would be for your completist collector like myself, as there is nothing really here for any other collectors, to grab a copy out there for their collection. Now, as far as availability goes, this one is pretty much on the common side of things. Not sure if it's still available in your retail outlets, but it's definitely online on eBay, Amazon, etc. Very readily available. Now, as far as your average price goes, you are looking at somewhere between $8 to $20 for a DVD, so not that expensive, with no Blu-ray or 4K HD at this time of recording. Now, for the final score, we get a grand total of 32 out of 100. That's not a great score at all, but I think for what it is, that's a fair number. Like I said, unless you're a completist collector, don't bother picking up a copy of this. Just watch it on Netflix if you are that interested in seeing it.
Who do you think you are? Batman?
No, I don't think I'm Batman.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And of course, if you did, why not hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, as it really helps the channel out. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much to you and to everyone else who already has. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you actually enjoyed this movie. Yeah, anyway, or you have a copy in your collection. Also, if you would like to request a review or you want to see something else on the show, by all means, please email me at thecomicbookmoviecollector@gmail.com, or hit me up on the socials at comicbookmoviecollector on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links will be down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.